understanding of healthcare for all. So tune in on Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for Doctor in the House with Dr. Leonard Suraj, only on Rev-Up St. Lucia.
Rev-Up St. Lucia is located at Unit 4, Gablewoods Mall, Sunny Acres, Gas-Free St. Lucia. Tune in on 95.9 FM or online at revupslu.com. Call the studio at 572-9710 or WhatsApp 287-0971. Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Our drive brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballysfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe. Welcome to Hard Drive for today, Tuesday, the 4th of November. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show. To my immediate right, none other than the lucky... Hey, look, I call you Lucky.
Maybe I am.
The lovely Keena. Oh, boy.
It's okay. I am lucky after all.
Yes, of
Aren't
course.
we all?
Amen. Yeah. Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I'll take it any day. Luck over anything else.
Do you believe in luck?
A tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me get the definition
Just even get the definition
of
of
luck. I mean, I think I know what it is, but let me see. What is luck? Luck is the occurrence of events, both good and bad.
Bad in that too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Luck is the occurrence of events, both good and bad, that are beyond a person's control and seem to happen by chance. I know for sure the lottery for sure would fit inside there.
Most definitely.
But then if you didn't win it, it may be bad, but it probably could be good too, because maybe if you got that
You're
money...
not ready for it yet.
Exactly. All right. Okay, well, interesting stuff. So I guess to some degree it kind of makes sense.
It makes sense.
Luck, because we don't have control over so many things.
We don't have control over so many things. And I think Dr. Gilliard on one of your shows did, mention that. And it's so true.
Yeah, so luck. Yeah, luck. If you, it's just like the lottery, for example. When you think of the odds of winning the lottery in the U.S., for example, 1 in 292 million.
Right.
I mean,
and people still play
to pick those numbers. That is just pure luck.
That's pure luck.
To me,
right
you
there.
can't be so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And some people win over and over and over a period of time.
Yes,
There's
that
this
happens
man,
too.
I think years ago, he actually created a business around that because he figured out a formula and he would get people. So it's almost like a susu. People would pay him and the winnings, they would share it. And when the authorities realized that, then they kind of put some rules and stringent measures in place so it doesn't happen again.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
It happened more than 20 years ago.
Wow.
He was constantly winning.
A reminder that you
out a
can't
formula.
beat the house.
Oh, yes.
That's a reminder you can't beat the house. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Kina, how are things on your side?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. I can't complain.
Okay.
I got snow, I got God, I got myself, I got my family around still. And luckily no one in my immediate family has died. And I'm so thankful. you know,
Yes, yes,
because when you
yes.
hear the stories of, you know, individuals losing loved ones, especially their mom, their dad, their siblings, whew, I am just so thankful to God that my mom is still around. I lost my dad a few years ago, but I still have my siblings, my mom, and you know they're still around, so I love that. And my friends that from day one. Yeah.
Yes. But while we may be, some of us may be lucky
Yes.
to have all what you say in there,
Yeah.
the fact is that in life we will have to experience those things at some point in time.
And that's the painful part of it.
Yeah.
No matter how ready you think you may be when it actually happens, you just can't process it because we were never too ready for anything. Yeah.
This morning I was going to take a shower and Tony just came to my mind. At that time, it was like around minutes to 4 this morning. And again, I just still can't
I
process.
shook your head.
Yeah, every time I keep shaking my head, I just cannot believe that he's gone. And I won't see him anymore. At least only this life I'm talking about.
Yes.
Every time I think about that, I'm like, wow. It's like, it just seems so, it's just like an
Surreal.
out of body
Out of-
experience kind of thing. It's so strange. It's so strange that he's just
He's
not
there
around.
anymore.
You're talking about somebody I literally grew up with, right?
That's right.
Known him basically all my
Shared
life.
so much with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's like taken away from you. And especially in such a way that you just didn't see it
You
coming.
wasn't ready. You didn't.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way it happened, it's not like he was
Yeah.
ill or
Something.
anything. You spoke to him the same day, and hoping. Well, most of us don't hope. We just continue.
You just continue.
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing I expected to hear that night was that he was taken to the hospital.
Yeah.
So, and
That's a
even
shocker right
and even
there.
when I left home, I just thought it was just some minor thing.
And
Maybe
you
his blood pressure is
yeah.
up or something. Never expecting to hear that it would be death.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really, really, really.
And that's one thing that's inevitable,
It's like as you say, it's like surreal.
and
Yeah.
it still hits hard.
Every time I think about it, it's like as though it hasn't happened. That sort of thing. Like it hasn't happened yet, and I'm hoping that maybe I'm
One day
I'm
he'll
right.
just-
You know, maybe I'm right
Yeah.
about it. Anyway, by the way, on Saturday, I went into the box that has his ashes because that's the first time I actually gone inside there, and opened the box, and I saw it. I saw it. Now I promised to send my sister a pic, so sister, I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten. Let me just tell you exactly what I saw. It's in this box, and it's in a bag, a clear plastic bag. You can see inside there, and it is white. Yeah.
White.
Now you know when I took the box and I kind of shifted it, I could hear. Like when the ashes are moving from left to right, I could actually hear it inside there. So it's
What
kind of.
was your reaction after hearing it?
Well, I thought it was going to be grey. To be honest with you, I thought the color was going to be grey, but it's actually white. So it's well wrapped and it's sealed and everything.
Okay.
And
Why was it in an urn or something?
no, well that one is not in an urn. That's what I thought, but it's in a box.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened.
Would you transfer it to an urn over time? You think?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not. But it's heavy. It's really heavy. Yeah.
Huh?
Yes. It's actually heavy. So what I thought is that it was going to be like grey, but it's actually white, pure
I
white.
wonder. I'll maybe have to do some research to find out why it's so white.
Yeah, pure white.
Is there something
Thought
that
maybe
they
it's bones or
use,
something? Maybe the
yeah,
bones.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, really, yeah, really freaky.
I always imagine like sometimes me already, and my mind just wonders sometimes that when you go in, Tony will be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Oh, by the way, let's say good morning to the folks on DBS.
Oh yes, good morning.
DBS television. I forget sometimes. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. DBS folks on DBS, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Alrighty. So, anything you want to mention before we move on?
Oh yeah. Shish. A man in Italy has to pay. Oh my gosh. He has to pay his ex-wife money for their cats because they're now divorced.
Okay, he has to pay.
Every month he has to pay alimony towards the cats because they own 3 cats before the divorce. So now the divorce has been finalized. He has to pay for their 3 cats.
Wow.
It's just like having children.
Wow,
You know,
wow. I
imagine
guess,
that, huh?
well, if the laws exist,
The laws do exist.
Yeah. But as you said that, Kina, I think Saya the singer, right? Her ex-husband is suing her for a whole lot of money. He wants the alimony every month. He wants to get, I think, $120,000, something like that. He says it's the lifestyle that she brought him. And now
what
that
he had to give up as well, most likely.
Yeah, that's right. I think he said he was studying to be a doctor, and he kind of gave that up for the sake of the marriage and, the fact that maybe they have children or whatever was going on. And he says that, listen, I got accustomed to a particular lifestyle, and I want to maintain that lifestyle.
That's a lot of money, though.
Yeah, every month.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, to maintain the lifestyle.
If the laws exist, you know what you got married into, and you signed up for it.
Yes.
There's no prenup. Then, you got to pay.
I guess in those circumstances, I guess it pays to be poor.
I guess, yeah. Because even recently, Cardi B paid Offset. I mean, she's just like, a few $1 million, and she's like, I just want him out of my way because he's been such a nag. And I totally agree with her. Some men just don't get over divorce, whether it be a man or a woman. Some people just can't get over it, and they're just loud. I
think I remember one time it was his birthday. I think she gave him $2 million as a birthday gift.
Yes. When you have the money, some things you can do with it. That's one of them.
I mean, to me, that's just not so creative. I mean, the guy is okay already.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, what more can you give someone who's okay already than give him more money?
Buy him some KFC. That's different.
I don't think it's that. That's.
Now
imagine just getting KFC and you're well off.
Now there's some ladies, right, who maybe get a divorce. They don't even bother.
Yeah, some do.
To follow up on anything because they know the guy is broke.
And there are some
don't
women
even
too
bother.
that don't bother. They just know, hey, I have my staff,
my freedom,
and I have my freedom, and that's what matters. Just go your way, I'll go my way, and they do it peacefully. Yeah, but some people don't.
Yeah, that's the thing. And this, I was listening to a song this morning by Cargo, I think it's two time, and you heard in the song Cargo is say, because apparently maybe she was cheating on him or something, and but still he has something about her he doesn't want to let go, and he says, like, I saw you dressing a particular way, you were dressed a particular way, and it's like that's killing him, man, because she looks well. She looks well.
Happen.
She looks well.
You see the person again, and it's like, ooh, did I do that? Did I just end that? Maybe I should,
go back.
Right.
Go back. But imagine that. Imagine we want to go back because the person is looking good. And that's not a valid reason.
That's not a valid reason to want to go back, because whatever issues you had whilst in the relationship, it didn't go anywhere.
It's still there.
Person looks good, maybe. And some people, what they do after a breakup is they go and get their gym body, right? Just to spite you. So imagine you see this person looking pretty good, maybe a few months or a few years later, and you think, damn, wow, okay.
Yeah. And your ladies are blessed with some wonderful gifts, right? Because you ladies can fix yourself up, make yourself look different, do the new hairstyle,
right,
wear the lipstick, wear the this and that, put on a little makeup and so on. Boy, we don't have that opportunity. So we don't have anything.
You don't. Nowadays you do.
What do we have?
You could go get the hair done still, get extensions. Andre, wow.
What are we talking
you could
about?
go get so many men getting extensions now.
And
get a toupee like Trump.
If you have something to extend.
No, you could still. There are wigs for men too.
No,
there are wigs for men too, actually. They use the braids and there's the glue and they kind of stick it down and, yeah, man, you haven't seen the videos?
Imagine how I would look. All of a sudden I have endless hair. I think I'd be laughed off the streets. All of a sudden my hair long.
That's what comes with change, and that's what people love, because when it comes to physical appearance, you could change it up every now and then, and I think that's why women love it.
But to me, we don't have many options. The guys.
Nowadays,
I'm talking about St. Lucia, in the St. Lucia context. We don't have many options.
You sure about that?
What do we have? What really and truly, except the gym, you put a little plan, you have a little something, and that's about it. But what else can we do? What other options do we have?
Let's see. I'm thinking here. I think some of the same things that women do, some men can do it too. Some men don't have, you don't really have to go to the gym nowadays, right? Right here in St. Lucia. There are places where you could just go get your fat cells frozen, that kind of thing, without going to the gym. You know that, right?
Well, but I mean, how many fellas here can afford that kind of thing?
You might be
That's
surprised.
the thing. Well, I would be surprised. But to me, we don't have many options. And I think your ladies have most of the options, and you'll certainly exploit that. That's why it kills us when we see you guys, see you looking well. It kills us.
You had to have behaved yourself. So, you still had us around and maybe convince us to get our gym body back. Come to the gym with us or something like that.
Yeah. Well, boy, for me, you can look as good as you're looking. If I know what you brought to the table already,
I ain't going back there.
I ain't going back there. No way. I'll be nice with you. We'll still be friends if you want it. You want to be friends and so on. No problem. But I already know what's going on.
I did that once. I did go back, but I was naive. Well, I wouldn't say naive. I mean, I was young, but now I ain't going to do it. You need to go to Jesus Christ. You need to go through my mom. You need to go through my pastor. You need to go through my brother. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, no matter how you look, I already know what's going on. Now, as I said, we can be friends.
agree.
We can be friends, no problem. I'll be very civil with you. But to want to go back, because what I say to myself, I say, well, boy, that's for another person to deal with. That's for another fella to deal with.
Oh my God.
And
Some people do make the changes, though.
Yeah.
Some people do, but you wouldn't know till you get back there. You wouldn't take that chance, though.
Exactly.
So I agree. Because
Exactly.
You would know.
And there's a particular lady I used to date a long time ago, and there's something about her, right? I mean, I'm not talking about her character. There's just something about her that she was a particular way, which I can discuss on the air. She was a particular way, and I didn't like that, and I think most men wouldn't like it either.
Ew.
Okay? Just that particular thing. And I remember, of course, that broke up and so on. And maybe years after, we were talking again. When I say talking, just talking as friends.
Right.
And I said to her, are you still that way? And she told me, yes. That's probably about 20 years after the fact. Yeah. And that's the thing that a lot of guys wouldn't like. They wouldn't like it at all.
Imagine you're still that way. Pas changer. 20
And she's
years
still
later.
that way. I said, you still that way? She told me, yes.
Maybe
I'm like,
someone
what?
she might find, a Boaz.
I
And
doubt
Boaz
it.
would be, okay,
that
that's how
particular
she
thing,
is.
we fellas,
I'm cool with it.
although there's some guys that will probably accept almost anything.
Yeah.
They
there's
want you
some-
so bad. They want you so bad that
But
they
some
expect-
people actually see a particular flaw, what we would consider a flaw, and they would help the person work on it. They'll bring it to their attention and they'll do everything that they possibly can because they love that person so much that they want the person to become a better version of themselves.
Yeah, but the psychologist. That's the problem.
Where they will bring the person.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I know a guy who did that thing. Yes, he thought that he could help this girl. He has no idea what psychology is about. And he thought that by being with her, he could lead her and bring her to another place.
Well,
And this kind of thing. Why?
You need to
Boy.
get the person a psychologist.
Exactly.
Go to get the
You know
person
the professional.
go to the professionals when you really,
Yeah.
you really truly love someone and you see a future with that person. Get individuals that know what they're doing.
There was a case in the US, I believe. Yeah, of course, that was on crime, whatever thing it was. I was watching that a long time ago, where this psychiatrist, right? He was this girl's, this lady's advisor, and she was seeing him and stuff, right? And she had killed her husband. All right, she had killed her husband, but of course they sent her after she went to the psychiatric facility. Then he was supposed to be helping her, blah 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 blah. The man got involved with the woman, and he felt so comfortable that he allowed the lady to tie him up.
Aaron?
Yeah, because they're about to make love, and
Talk about forgiveness there.
and he allowed her,
Ooh.
the psychiatrist, messing with his client, and he's not supposed to do that. He allowed the lady to tie him up, and while he was tied, listen, she tortured him to death. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's beyond any help.
Exactly.
You should have known that.
Yeah. She made a mess
She
with
had a
him. That's a
mental
true story.
condition. I think I vaguely remember that story. But she had a mental condition.
Yep. And
But-
Monsieur made himself vulnerable at that point. Imagine that. He's a psychiatrist. Anyway. so much
Maybe
for
he
that.
saw it coming. Too late.
Well, of course, at that point they can't get out because
You
the
can't
lady-
get out of it.
Yeah.
No, but
And I
whoosh.
thought maybe he felt honored that the lady wanted to tie him up, kind of thing. Yeah.
Why would you want to be that's a huge risk you're taking, you know.
People do it.
If something happens to you whilst you're tied up, there's no way to run. The person, just let's go into that, right? You're tied up. Maybe you have a medical emergency. Now the person has to try to untie you. The things we do sometimes.
Good one.
Shish,
good
man.
One, good one.
Don't put yourself in situations like, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I know the
suppose
fun, the thrill,
suppose
but
she says
still.
to you, you're still tied up. She says, "You give me a minute. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get something at the store."
We're still
And you tied up. All of a sudden now, fire break out.
Ooh, PSI.
You can't escape.
Pop.
You can't escape. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about what's happening at the Tomaso bread place today. It's a simple one today, but it's also delicious, which is chicken pilau.
Oh, my favorite.
Chicken
One of my
pilau. That's what's happening.
favorites,
And I want to say again that when you buy chicken pilau from the Tomaso bread place, you get a lot.
A lot. And it has lots of pieces of chicken in there compared to some other places.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, rice, pay anything.
You know what I'm disappointed in when it comes to rotis? To me now, long ago when I was a young guy, rotis, the same chicken that they use like to stew the chicken, they would take some of the gravy and put it in there in the roti. Now that doesn't happen anymore. It's just a dry thing that you
That's
get.
OT.
I don't like.
Without there are no roti.
I don't like that.
You have, and some of
It's
them have
dry.
more Irish potato than anything, no chicken. Sometimes I really and truly wonder. I mean, so many people are chasing cost, and what they give you to eat is like not of substance. I wonder what they think. You putting that for someone to eat, you don't realize they have chicken in there.
It's as though
It's
they
just Irish
feel
potato?
you'll accept that and come back.
No, but if it were done to them, they wouldn't be happy about it. But yet they're doing it to others.
But they don't realize they're losing customers.
The other
Because
thing
of
I
that.
realize some people are doing, they're using not roti shells, the other shell to make roti. That gets so soggy. Like, why would you even? I mean, we can experiment. We always experiment. I like experimenting, but not with people's food. You're selling it. Do it the right way.
I agree. So today it's chicken pilau.
Ooh,
And as I
chicken.
said, you can get a lot because there is a lot. And while you're having the chicken pilau, you can choose one of the many CMOS flavors. The coconut, the ginger, the peanut. I like the peanut.
The peanut is so rich
Yes.
and
The
flavorful.
peanut. Well, I never had the peanut punch, to be honest with you. I think it has a little alcohol, right?
No. When I do mine without alcohol.
Oh, okay. But some people like the little pinch of alcohol in there. So enjoy, of course, peanut punch and regular CMOS with flax seeds and chia seeds. So today, chicken pilau
Nice.
at the Tomaso bread place. All right? Let me say happy birthday to one of my best male friends. His name is Vincent Vaval. He's a minibus driver and he's a regular listener to Rev-Up. Okay? I want to thank him. Wherever I go, he's there. Meaning, if I'm working on this station, he's there. On that station, he's there.
Cote,
Yes,
everywhere.
yes. There's some people who are really, really, really true fans. I'm sure you probably have the same experience. No matter where you go,
they
they
follow,
love you
right.
and they follow you. Yeah,
That's
so he's one of them.
Oh, happy birthday, Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent
Happy
Vaval.
birthday to you.
And he's known, all due respects to all the other bus drivers on that Leclerc route, he's known as one of the best drivers that there is on that stand.
He gives a smooth ride.
That's part of it. Also, he's just his personality.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a real gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a real gentleman and he really cares and so on. So I think that's what sets him.
Apart.
There are a few others like that, but him in particular. So I know he's listening right now. He must be smiling. I know his wife is listening. The
That's a
children,
good thing
his children are listening as well. Yes.
Oh.
So good morning, to my good friend Vincent Vaval, on the occasion of his birthday, which is today. So Vincent, have yourself a super day, and I'm sure your wife wouldn't mind if Kina sends you a couple of kisses.
I'm thinking of his wife sending a saucepan through that screen. I'm just playing. Happy birthday to you.
Wait. You get the ratata, boy. Vincent, you get the ratata.
Happy birthday, Vincent.
Not many people get that. The ratata. Okay, so have yourself a great day, partner. All right. Okay, so let's get into other matters. Now, boy, the politics is something else. There's certain things that when it comes to the politics, I don't even discuss it because I myself do not understand what's going on. You hear it from one side, okay? And you think you understand it, and then you head from the other side, and then you realize you don't quite understand it. And then you're
Right.
confused. You're wondering, well, who is giving the facts?
Yes, because there's no way to really go and get the facts.
Okay,
especially
like
sometimes.
the Land Rover case. Okay, you hear the government, the governing side will say, well, so and so was vindicated because now the courts threw it out. Okay, then you will hear the opposition now coming to tell you, no, that's not what the case was all about. The case was about blah 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 blah, and now you're kind of confused, right? You have the court ruling on something that you think you understood and you didn't quite understand it. So that's I think maybe again, we need people who are sort of impartial, right? Who can explain those things properly. And unfortunately, we don't have those people around in St. Lucia. Unless, they are around.
They are around.
Just that they just don't get involved.
They don't get involved.
They don't get involved. And it's sad because that leaves a lot of us in the dark as to what's really going on. Because you're hearing it from one side, it sounds like it's plausible.
And
Because
hear
when
from
you
the
hear the
other
courts
side of-
throwing out the case, right? You say, okay, all right, well, okay, they threw it out, so then there was nothing there. But then when you hear the opposition saying, that's not what we were fighting in court, it's this.
Yeah.
So they give you another
But
explanation.
again, you know how the courts move. It's based on evidence.
Yeah,
That's
what's
all it is.
presented to
What's
them.
presented to them. And
Yeah.
what's presented to them, if it's factual and so on, based on what's there, then you have a win. If not, then you
Now-
already know what happens.
When you read this, this is the latest one now. The one I spoke about earlier had to do with the Land Rover matter. Okay, I myself, I tell you, I'm not even getting involved in it because I do not understand it. I'm hearing it from both sides, mark openly. All right. So this latest one now actually says that the High Court of St. Lucia has rejected opposition leader Alan Shasta's attempt to block the citizenship by investment program. Now, I don't know if that's properly phrased because I'm trying to imagine, would the opposition leader try to block the citizenship by investment program?
I don't think that's what he was doing now.
Exactly, because I don't think he's against the program.
He's not.
Maybe
There's
certain
never a thing
aspects,
where he said that he's against the program.
right? Certain aspects of the program that he doesn't agree with, and is. But when you read it like this, that the opposition leader is attempting to block the citizenship by investment program. That's like, what? He's actually trying to block it.
That's not what he was trying to.
And then you have Dr. Unestile saying that because of these delays now, that there could have been development taking place and so on. So, in other words, now the program could not have even moved because of this case.
Well, that's a fact. If something is before the courts, then whatever monies that has to come through, it will be stopped. I mean, there'll be investigations or so on. Just like you have this issue, if you have an issue with land, what happens then?
So then that means then he did try to block it then. He did try to block it.
You know what happens, but I don't think he was trying to block it. But there wasn't enough evidence to justify that aspect of it. And honestly, we all know that's what the courts are there for, to separate what's proven from what's just speculation.
In both cases,
And
the court.
that's what
In
happened.
both cases, the court rejected it outright. Right. This latest one there, he says the application was based on speculation. That's the court's ruling. It was based on speculation and lacking credible evidence. Now, how could that be? Surely the leader of the opposition had advice from his attorney or attorneys. I'm sure they've given him
he did.
advice.
And I'm sure they
how could that
gave
end
it
up in a
update.
court of law and then that's rejected outright? It's both cases rejected. I think in the first one it says it was like a waste of the court's time.
Yeesh.
I'm saying, but how could that be? I'm sure anybody, I mean, if I were to be taking a case to court, I'll try to get the best advice that's available. And then to be so, poorly advised that that's going to end up like that, it's embarrassing if you ask me. It's embarrassing. So, I don't know. Again, as I said to you, we need more people who are middle of the road.
I agree
and
with
who
the
not,
middle of the
and who
road
not
piece as well.
afraid to be middle of the road, even if you maybe be accused of being pro this
Oh, pro
or
that.
pro that.
Right. I agree.
Don't worry about that. Just do what you're supposed to be doing and be fair and impartial regardless of that criticism, because that's how it is in St. Lucia. The minute you criticize, or not that you criticize, but you don't agree with something either the Labour Party is doing or the opposition is doing, then you're labeled as this and that and the other. I'm saying we need people in our country who are not afraid to be impartial and to call it as it is. So enlighten us. Let us see those things and give the facts. But as it is there, honestly, I don't know. I want to make sure I say that.
For me, I think it opens, the conversation opens again, because people clearly have strong feelings about the CIP program. Some think it's good for development, and others worry about transparency and the risk. But both matters in either context, and both deserve real scrutiny, and that's my take on it. At the same time, we hear the government saying that the program on both sides, even when they were there, brings in money for roads, schools, infrastructure, and so on. And there's the responsibility to make sure, Andre, and we've said this before, that every dollar is managed properly, no matter which administration is in office. So for me, that's what it is. It's for me, it's a reset. It's now about making sure that trust, accountability, and it benefits everyone nationally. No matter what the court ruling says. If you want to continue going, and they will, but transparency is really important for me at this stage, and always has been.
Okay. All right. Well, the United Workers' Party, they held remember last week, there were two young guests of the PRO for the
United Workers'
Party. He had two young guests in here, a young lady, I think she's from Babonneau. I'm not sure exactly where the young man was from, but I remember the young lady was from Babonneau. And they were talking about the youth and, the future of the youth and this sort of thing, the usual thing where youth are concerned. So the United Workers' Party held a youth rally in Mico on Sunday. Now, all is good. And I keep saying that whether it's done by the ruling administration or the opposition, it's a beautiful thing to talk about the youth and so on.
I agree.
When last have you ever heard a rally for the old?
Urgent, create one, start one, organize one.
They never do.
They never had one.
They never
and
do.
I don't think
they never
you
do.
really want a rally for the old?
I don't know. I'm saying
I'm asking you.
It doesn't have to be a rally for the old. I'm saying,
what would you like?
Why is the emphasis only on young people? All of them do the same thing.
Because they're considered the children of the future.
Yes, that is true, and that's a beautiful thing, and that is a fact. But you also have the people who have been there before and who set the foundation for the youth of today.
And we're building on that foundation.
No. Once you pass 50, in fact, in the service, I think you can retire, I think at 50 or somewhere around there. You can retire that young.
Ooh.
And I know a number of these people who retired early. I'm saying, but why would somebody retire so early? What you doing? What do you do with your time? I know those people who have retired, and those people just around the place, they're drinking rum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
I know some went back into the workforce.
But at some point, you got to do something, because when you retire, it's not anything to be proud of, especially when you're young, because you're going to be making less money than you did when you were gainfully employed.
Right.
You're making less money. That's a big disadvantage, because right now you're depending on a pension, and pension is usually a far cry from your salary.
Yes.
And then to make it even worse, and I've said so already, you have a person like maybe me, right? I still have a lot of spunk in me.
Good one, and you still do.
I still have a little spunk, right? So I go and try something. I have my talents and my abilities. I can do this and that and the other, right? And then guess what? They still come and tax me. After I've made my contribution already, they want to tax me again.
Maybe you should write a letter.
No, I'm speaking out. That's the best.
And
the best
that's another
forum.
way. Maybe they're actually listening.
Yeah,
and they're hearing.
I hope they're listening.
So hopefully,
leave us
closer
alone.
to election,
Leave us alone.
An old people's rally. I want to know how many old people will come to that rally, though. That's another thing.
Yesterday I was speaking to a lady, and I think she's part of an organization where older folks members and involved.
Right.
And now they want to, I think there's a new PRO, and they want to now start talking about the things that they're doing for older persons, and they want to do it on our station,
Right.
and they want prime time. They want prime time. So I said, well, we can work together, no problem. But the prime time, as you said, that's prime time. So there's a little cost that comes with the prime time.
Right.
And I was very careful to say a little cost, because I can't give you prime time for nothing. And of course, the response, I expected that. We don't have money. We don't have anything. Right? So you see what I'm talking about? For the most part, older folks are being neglected.
Yes,
And
I have
the
to agree with
politicians
that
are forgetting
too.
that one day
Yeah.
they will get to that stage as well. So if you don't set things up right now, you're going to be inheriting.
No, but the difference between you and a politician, Andre, or any older person in our society, is that the politicians are well set. Because the amount of money that they're going to be getting at the end of the month is way more than what you're going to be getting.
But hear that.
You know, that's
Hear that.
one thing.
Hear that. You know, when you into politics, it's a very stressful life. Very, very stressful. And I can tell you, there was a particular politician, okay? He got a nice payout. Really, really, for back in the day, when he got that payout, it was good. I remember he told me exactly how much he got. So he's getting his pension, and he got that, what they call a gratuity. And it was heavy. And he said to me, he fell ill. And he said to me, Andre, I watched every cent that I had just disappear.
That's what happens when illness.
Exactly.
And that's why our health is so important. And I think people are really calling out the government, no matter which one is there of the day, to make it top priority. You could be having 20,000, 30,000, 50, maybe 100 or more on your bank account. By the time you get ill, the monthly payments, the visits to the doctor, 150, 200, the medications are expensive.
The hospital
too.
it's expensive, depending how long
Surgeries.
you stay there. Yeah.
That all adds up.
So when you say they get in whatever you said a while ago, that's true.
But how
That's
many
true.
of them
Can
get
enjoy it?
ill? How many?
They can enjoy it, exactly. So I'm saying
Not saying
because,
they don't,
because they're very careful, the politicians. In fact, I shouldn't say the politicians. They have these people, they're what they call the technocrats. These are the bright boys and bright girls who tell them how to set up this thing, to set it up to protect themselves and so on. So, for example, right now you have free medication for older people, right? But they're very, very, very careful, is 80 plus.
Yeah, because
80
they know
plus.
it's going to add up. Because the older you get, when illness befalls you, you know what happens, right?
Well, also,
really
how many
costly.
people are going to make it to 80?
Not many people.
Exactly.
Not many people make
these
it to 80
technocrats,
either.
these bright boys and bright girls, they're very, very, very careful. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. So they set it up in such a way that, yes, it's true. There are people who are 80 plus and are still alive, right? But the thing is that how many, especially from our generation,
And
will
are
be
we
making it to that?
is it all medications here when you reach 80 plus, or just there's a
I guess what's
selection of-
available, I'm just guessing what's available at the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go to the hospital,
And if it's
you don't
not
pay,
available
you don't
at the
pay
hospital,
the 20
then-
something dollars. Well, how much is it? I don't know how much did you pay right now when
Where?
to go when you go to OKU?
I have no idea.
Yeah, when I was there, I think it was when I went there. That's years, of course. I think
have
$20 or
no
something.
idea.
But the point I'm making is that
I think it's maybe 20 or 30. I don't think it's gonna go higher than that.
so people now who are recently retired, okay, you reach 65, okay, so you're getting your pension from the NIC if you're contributing. So from 65, and you have to wait until you're 80 for you to benefit. So that's
a huge
window.
gap
That's
there.
a
That's a
huge
huge-
gap.
come
A huge
on.
gap. And you know why? You know why? Because those technocrats know you have many more people who making it to 65 and not really getting past the 80.
The
You understand?
They're very smart. with
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're
Yeah, they
doing.
know exactly
Oh,
what
they
they're
know what
doing.
they're doing. Yeah, man.
So that's what they have. You see, that's what they have. They have for older folks medication, that kind of thing. Free medication, you go there. But I'm saying to you, right, that when
You need more.
older
need
people
more.
need attention. So I just want to go back to that thing there. It's always about the youth. That's fine. That's fine. You want to take care of the young people because that's the future. But don't forget, you have a group of people who've been there and who made their contribution. And as I said, if you
Who set
don't
the
do anything,
foundation, there were the pillars of the country at one point in time. So I do understand.
Yeah, and you don't set it up, and if you don't set things up in such a way that older people can benefit in a meaningful way, and I'm suggesting for now, one thing they can do is to leave the old people alone. Don't come and tax me again. That's one thing you can do for sure. You can do that right now. I know people are going to argue and say, oh, there's so many of them and some of them make a lot of money. So what?
But let's be real here for just a little bit. Politics will come and go. A party wins, another party wins, and so. But if you invest, I'm gonna add that too. Andre has been, touting and touting and saying, you know what, let's focus on older people as well. But if you invest in the next generation and the old people, it's a win-win.
Win-win.
So, ding, we just add the older people in there. It's a win-win.
Government, let me tell you, government have streams of revenue. They have revenue coming from all, you'd be surprised, right? Because I tell you, you have these technocrats, these people there, they're very, very smart. They know where to juke you, okay?
No, but let's just say, so if it flips, right, Andre? And many people start living to 80, then what happens then?
Which brilliant do it?
Maybe, in the next 20 years, you know what's going to happen with science and technology? I know many people might not have, the monies to go, to extend their life, but still.
Exactly. This is St. Lucia. That's right.
Yeah,
we don't have those opportunities.
I really have to agree with you on that. Maybe there should be more policies and things for older people.
Actually,
because when they get, by the time you hit 65, 70, that age they're around, it's like nothing. And you see even us and how people treat them parents as well and older folk in our society. You see that as you've done your time already, so that's okay. We're just waiting for you to die.
Yeah. So I think they have that free medication 80 plus, and of course you have the home care,
the elderly home care, which is
home care. Some young people come around and check you and so on. Well, the government organized. That's just about it. Yeah, unless of course somebody can tell me that there are more things.
I know of what you mentioned. I'm not quite sure there are other things that I know of the elderly home care, and I know of the medications at a certain age.
Okay, I want to join the government in saying bravo to the Seventh-day Adventist Church/Academy, right, for the contribution that they've made over the years to education in St. Lucia. Okay, and not just education, character development and so on, because they place a very, very heavy emphasis on character. Building your character, building good, so on, right. Good character.
And they've been shipping generations.
Yes, they've been around for a long time. Back in the day when you had the St. Mary's College and the St. Joseph's Convent, the Seventh-day Adventist Academy, that's what they call it. I think it's just across there. Yeah, they've been around for eons. They've been around for a long time, and it's true. And I think that the contribution to the educational development of St. Lucia has been really, really overlooked.
Oh yeah. And if we have to take, I'm not beating down any school here, but if you have to look at, we've got so many people graduating today with degrees, but they're struggling with integrity, compassion, discipline, and all of that kind of stuff.
Well said.
And the SD Academy gives that model that I think many schools, that balance.
Call them the soft skills.
Right, yes. And it's kudos to them, yeah.
So the government was nice enough to give them a grant of $120,000. Yeah, I mean, it's just a little drop in the bucket, but nonetheless, it's still something.
And also, it's a powerful message too.
It's that's right, because they've been around for a long time making their contribution, and nobody really talks about the Seventh-day Adventist Academy.
No, you don't really hear anything. Yeah.
That was like the alternative back in the day. If you didn't make it for the college, you didn't make it for the convent. You do it. But they've been doing a good job. We're doing a good job.
And I'm happy the government is supporting them with that grant. It's making it's going to make a real difference with the school and the lives that they continue to touch.
So, and again, we just want to emphasize for that the Seventh-day Adventist Academy, it's not just only about learning about mathematics and English, and it's also about character development, which is extremely important. We're really lacking in that regard. As you said a while ago, the integrity and so on, it's just lacking. It's lacking in our society.
Very much so.
See?
Very much so. And we could see many teachers even now complaining of the characteristical traits of the children in the classroom. So it goes beyond, and it says, it's a recognition now that that education is not just what happens in the classroom,
Not just
Andre,
academics.
and in academics, it's what happens in that person's character.
Mhm.
So that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we often overlook that because we look at the few people who are involved in crime and so on,
Yeah.
and we think that that's a reflection of the entire society or even of young people, and that's just not the case.
That's
I mean, if the vast majority of young people are not involved in crime, at least not to that level anyway.
No.
You understand?
No.
So bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo to the Seventh-day Academy / Seventh-day Adventist Church, as well as to the government for seeing recognizing what the Seventh-day Adventist Church / Academy has brought to St. Lucia and done for St. Lucia, especially where education is concerned over the years. So bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo to them,
That's
them both.
powerful.
Right?
I'm happy that they did.
So the numbers are increasing. Remember, in Jamaica we had initially
28
four.
yesterday.
Yeah, four people initially. That was the first announcement, and I thought that was it. But now more and more people. So now it's up to 32.
And I think it's going to go up.
Yes,
Yeah, the magnitude of that hurricane. Yeah, the intensity and stuff. Yeah, it will go up.
Yeah. So again, let's spare a thought for the people in Jamaica. They're going for a rough time right now. Don't forget that when that hurricane hit Jamaica, it was moving very, very slowly, and plus it had winds of 185.
Yes.
My gosh! I mean, I could imagine
Living through.
the terror the little children were going through during that
You
period.
said that, and I
could just imagine the terror that they were going through. My gosh! I remember when they had this massacre at the cathedral, right? I think that was the year, what was it, 2000? I think 2000 that happened. And I remember Helen Television System had the newscast, and they had the headlines, and they had a montage of what had happened, and they had this kind of like scary music in the background, right? Hassani was a young boy at that time. I remember Hassani running underneath his mother's arms.
Oh my!
Yeah, it really it scared him. It's really because the music was because he's aware of what was going on, right? But still, he's a
The
little
music
boy.
adds more impact.
More impact. It was like really scary stuff. So imagine
the children,
the
right,
children
as well.
going through that ordeal there all night long, and the hurricanes tend
The
to hit you.
howling of the wind,
Boy, oh boy,
the
oh boy.
constant
Non-stop.
rain.
They must have gone through it was frightening.
That's a very, very frightening
Frightening.
experience
So
because you
folks-
just don't know what's going to happen.
We have to remember those things because we do not know, when it'll be our turn and the intensity of the hurricane that may hit St. Lucia in the future. Okay? I mean, for the most part, we were spared for many, many years. Many years. I think the 1980s, when we had Hurricane Allen. I'm not sure what happened after that, if there was any major one.
The
Which there
other
was.
major one that we had was Hurricane Thomas.
Right. So that one came
In 2010,
how many
was
years
it?
later?
2010.
Right? So, that came towards St. Louis. Now, so far, we've been spared for the most part.
We have been.
Most
we
part.
Have been. We
But,
have been.
we can't go on like
Yeah.
that forever. I mean, everybody has their turn. So, when we hear about those stories, and another thing that we have to be very, very concerned about, and I've always said that, what happened in Dominica when Dominica was hit by that last storm?
Hurricane Maria, was it?
Yeah, and Dominicans had to
2017.
leave Dominica to come over to St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
That's
an
tough.
experienced boy.
Yeah. Anyone who has to go live through a hurricane and survive it, the trauma is a lot. And then you have to, it's like leaving everything that you knew, everything that you know, to start all over again.
Let me ask
That's
you,
painful.
if a hurricane of that intensity were heading towards St. Lucia and you were told to go into a shelter, would you go?
I don't even know. Because really and truly, we all know what happens in shelters sometimes. So I'm not even sure. Because even Jamaica, some people were told to go to shelters and they opted not to go for a number of reasons. Because some people in shelters are mistreated, and leaving your home, the confines of your home, you just wait and figure,
Boy.
I'm going to be safe here. It's safer here than having to go somewhere else and trust individuals to take care of me. I'm not sure if I will. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know.
Okay, all right. There's a development in Trinidad, which I really wasn't aware of, to be honest with you. That's the first time I'm hearing about that. Apparently, Trinidad is considered, let me put it in quotes, the supermarket of the Caribbean. Okay? That's way because they produce a lot of stuff.
A lot, yeah, they do.
They produce a lot of stuff.
They do.
So apparently, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, her government, they introduce. I tell you, this lady, is a big. To me, she's fashioning her policies
similar to
Donald
you have
Trump.
Been saying that for a while.
To me, when that lady was in opposition, maybe she used to probably watch Trump and say, that's a man there. I want to be like Mitt. When I get back in office, I want to be like Mitt. Folks, that's just me speculating there. Okay, I do know that for a fact. So, the Antigua Prime Minister Gaston Brown, he came out, and he was choosing he was very carefully. He said, "My dear friend Kamala," right? And he was trying to remind her, listen, you need to be strengthening regional integration, not fracturing the thing. You shouldn't be doing that sort of thing. But anyway, all this is about Trinidad and Tobago now, right? Increasing the costs of certain products like malt beverages, beer, rum, cigarettes, tobacco by 100%.
Malts, tobacco, cigarettes by 100%. That was the reason.
They're saying that it has to do with health issues. In other words, those kinds of things are not really, really healthy products.
Right.
So they're adding these increases to kind of protect people. In other words, people will be less likely to purchase those things.
Right.
But her CARICOM colleagues, they say, hey, we understand where you're coming from, but remember, we also have options. And Gaston Brown was saying so. He says the OECS can source cheaper goods from other territories. He reminded her of that. Yeah, so it doesn't mean, it's all part of the regional integration movement that we trading with one another and this sort of thing. We are friends and we're not going to go to other, according to Mr. Gaston Brown, to other places, other sources to get those things. Boy, 100%.
100%. That's a lot. That's a lot. But for health reasons, I understand. But Gaston Brown also makes a very key point that we can source from elsewhere, which shows that these decisions would have consequences beyond borders. So that's kind of tricky. I think, Kamala of late, I'm not quite sure. I don't even know what to say. I think she's protecting local interests that's what I think she's doing, the people of Trinidad, and that's what she said. She keeps saying, right?
She only cares about the people of Trinidad and Tobago, just like Donald Trump says, America first. You don't care about anybody else.
But there's
same
also,
kind of mentality.
Beyond the political side, there's also a human side to it all. Many people are also going to other parts in the Caribbean would also be affected by it,
Yeah, because once you have a price increase, it's usually passed on to the consumer. And that's what Gaston Brown is reminding her. Be careful with this sort of thing.
But what about the Treaty of CARICOM or something?
Chagaramas.
How does this fit into all of
that's what he's
doing?
Reminding her. Remember, you're part of that treaty. Trinidad and Tobago is part of it, where we're supposed to be working together, right? And she seems to be sort of like alienating herself from the rest of CARICOM. That's what she seems to be doing.
I guess maybe she's looking for outside sources, allies, U.S. and other places. That could be a reason, too, for why she's doing what she's doing, looking for trade outside the Caribbean region. But we also have to think about the human consequences with every decision that we make as politicians or as individuals, not just economic ones, because that, too, affects so many people.
And also she must realize that the people are not stupid. If you start doing those things and you're alienating although you say you love them, because if you love them, you'll be expressing some kind of remorse for those souls, who were killed by the Americans there when they fired on that boat. Okay?
Oh my word!
She has not even expressed any
she wouldn't. She has a strong stance.
Condolences. Nothing.
The war on drugs, and she wouldn't.
Yeah, but despite that, and even if they were guilty of something, even if they were guilty, let's just assume they were, because dead men tell no tales.
Yeah.
Right. At least express some kind of care to say, okay, all right, I understand how you feel, right, and I'm sorry our people had to perish in this particular incident, And something like that.
Something like that, and also add, if you are part of any, if you are fueling drugs or something of that sort, make a statement and add that into it, and say, now is the time for you to refocus, and maybe suggest that, hey, if you've been part of, there are ways, maybe try to figure out how to get these people gainfully employed, to get them out of what they're doing currently, which is maybe drugs and so on. That could be something to that she could have said. But again,
so far, nothing.
She's strongly saying that, hey, I'm doing this for the people of my country. They what matter most to me. And then again, I wonder what if they have to do a poll to find out what Trinidadians really want, and if they are in agreement with some policies and what she says. I wonder what that would be like, what the results would be.
Well, there's one out for Donald Trump.
Is there?
Oh yeah. It's done by ABC and the Washington Post. Yeah, it's just licks in his skin. Licks in his skin. I mean, it's a lot of information. They say the country is moving in the wrong direction. Things have gotten worse under Donald Trump. Right? Yes.
What percentage are we looking at here? Do you have it?
6 out of 10 Americans.
What?
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
That's a lot.
6 out of 10 Americans blame Donald Trump for the current rate of inflation, while more than 6 in 10 disapprove of how Trump is handling tariffs, the economy, and managing the federal government. It goes on and on. 64% of Americans say Trump is going too far in trying to expand the power of the presidency. It goes on and on.
And it's true. They have been saying that for quite some time, but it's also about the daily reality of what they face. People are worried about a lot of things, and I'm happy that that poll was conducted.
And nearly half of Americans, 48%, say America's leadership in the world has gotten weaker under Donald Trump. Yeah. About 6 in 10 Americans blame Trump for the current rate of inflation. He says he bears a great deal of blame compared to 4 in 10 who say he does not bear much responsibility for inflation. It just goes on and on.
Oh boy.
It's not good for him. But if I know him, he's just going
to ignore it and carry on.
Papi show. Papi show.
I guess all the sound bites he had back then just before election ain't working anymore.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. But you know, he was really seriously thinking about coming back, huh? He was really thinking about. Imagine they came up with an idea that he could allow maybe Vance, right, and
JD Vance,
to be president, and then he'd be like vice president. And then Vance would just move aside and allow him to come over.
Come back and lead again,
because he thinks he's God's gift to the world and to America. That's how he thinks. He has a huge ego, right? And he cannot bear to know that he will not be in power anymore. You see him? He cannot take that.
Some leaders are exactly like Trump.
He can't take it. So for him to move off the scene, boy, that's going to be tough. I want to see that day. When that day comes, I hope God gives me the opportunity to see, how he handles it.
To see something else happening.
Because remember when Biden was taking over, he never went to Biden's inauguration. He didn't go.
No, he didn't.
Okay, he was supposed to pass on the presidency with peace and so on, and he was not involved. He wasn't involved.
He didn't go.
Yeah.
He didn't go.
So I want to see at that time how this guy's going to step off the scene with the way he thinks that without him things can't work. Also, I wonder if he's even going to complete the 4 years, because at his age there he's pushing himself. He's not a young man that's there. I don't know, 77.
About that, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
and to be every day like this, you're pushing yourself to the limits. Let's see how long this lasts. Okay, so let's get into the shout-outs.
Okay, let's do, I think we're going to do WhatsApp first. Facebook is taking a little while to load. So I'll do WhatsApp first.
Okay, folks, this is Hard Drive for today, the 4th of November. And coming up later, Kina's going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. She has another Rev-Up the Homegrown. That's going to be from 11:30 this morning until 12:30. And talking about that, Kina, on Friday is the Rev-Up Top 10 Homegrown.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some interesting songs there. Yeah, the number one, Just Say Hallelujah. That's a cool song, Chen Antoine. And there's one there, to be honest with you, I wouldn't know whether it was out.
Which one?
By, let me see, Humble Official?
Oh, yeah, that it's a few weeks now.
Yeah, Humble Official.
He actually came by to do an interview.
Yeah, featuring Solange.
Yes.
And Nintas. That's a very
That's a
good
really
song.
good song.
But why they release that so late?
I'm not sure.
Wow, that's a cool song.
It's a really nice song, actually. Yeah, the collaborative effort between them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's called Praise Him to the Max.
praise him to the max. Yeah.
That's powerful.
What's happening?
Okay, I'm just trying to fill in the gaps while you're there, struggling with
Something is wrong with the
Facebook.
internet
Mhm.
because it's on the WhatsApp platform. So I'm gonna close back my window and open it again. See what happens. In the meantime, can you grab that phone over there just in case? Our phone on
Oh,
the side.
Oh,
Let me see
okay.
what's happening.
Excuse me, folks. Excuse me. Okay, here you go.
Let's see what's happening.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. In the meantime, let me just remind you again that Zen the DJ is going to be here from 3 o'clock this afternoon until 5. Zen the DJ is full of life. He's a youth. He's a youth. And he knows how to rock the house. So he'll be here from 3 until 5 this afternoon, and from 5 until 6. I'll be back here to sort of not co-host, because I think people are now thinking I'm
You're a co-host.
I'm a co-host. I'm not a
Right.
co-host. I'm just there contributing and so on. I mean, I just can't sit there and not say anything.
I know.
I can just sit there and just not say anything. So I chime
Especially if
in.
they're saying something and hey, but I really need to
Yeah, that's
go
not quite
deeper
right.
into
Yeah.
that. It's not
I
quite
want
right.
more
You
clarification,
want
this
more
sort of thing.
clarification, so
Yeah.
you would.
So Paul Politic is from 5 until 6 this afternoon. And then from 6 until 7, we're going to be having Doctor in the House with Dr. Leonard Suraj. Yeah, that's right.
So
from
I'm
6
going to
7.
read what's on our WhatsApp platform. In the meantime, I think maybe internet issues. Flo, fix it, Jesus, fix it. Anyways, I'm going to go over to the phone, and someone says, "Good morning, River family, Kina and Andre." That's the first person to chime in. That's what they said. That person is in the U.S., I believe. Someone else said, "Send me a pic of Buddy's ashes.
Oh, Tony.
It's white because the bones are grinded and put in there." Andre, I guess ground is the right word. Yeah, so they're responding to what you said
Okay.
about Tony's ashes. Someone else says, "Good morning, Rev-Up family. Have a wonderful day."
So no names?
No, just numbers.
Okay, all right.
I can check the names.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Do your thing.
Josie. So that's Josie Ann.
All
That's
right,
what she
Josie.
says.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers. Here's another one. Okay, this person says, let me see who it is. Grapey.
Oh, yeah, Grapey.
Grapey.
Mm-hmm.
He
Gibson.
says, "Morning, Andre and Kiki. Andre, my wife is UWP and I am SLP, and we have no problems whatsoever. It came in at after 10 o'clock.
All right, partner.
Andre, I miss him even more for Creole Day and the worst for Christmas, and sends tears."
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot, Grapey.
Someone else chimed in on the WhatsApp platform. John Antoine.
John Antoine chiming in.
He's actually requesting a song. Okay. So I'll play it when I start.
So he wants to hear Just Say Hallelujah?
Just say hallelujah. Someone else also chimed in and says, "Good morning, Andre and Kina. Blessings. My patient listens to you every day. He is Mr. Joe's driving school. He loves Kina's laugh. Have a thankful Tuesday."
So Mr.
Good
Joe of
morning,
Joe's Driving
Mr.
School.
Joe's driving school.
Hey,
How
good
are
morning
you?
to you, sir. Hope all is well with you. Thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you a lot.
And funny, you look, the man likes your laugh. The man likes your laugh.
Good morning, Mr. Joe. Kisses. Mwah. Someone else chimed in. I'm going to look at the name as Andre suggested. Kenitha. She says, "You as the owner of the station can have your independent-minded people come on and explain things on various topics. As a St. Lucian living in the diaspora, I try to listen to the 5 p.m. program on your station. It hurts me to hear some of the things that..." Okay.
Well, the thing is, Chima, it's to get those people to come on board, because they're reluctant too. They don't want to get involved because they're going to be painted either red or yellow. So that's why I said you need people who are brave enough to come out and to take on that kind of responsibility, because they'll get flack. They will get it. So people figure, you see me, man, I live in my life, let me not get involved in this thing. Yeah, and I have no issues.
And it's best. I'm safe.
Yeah, but it's
Not
to
saying
get
anything.
them to come
Right.
out. That's the problem.
Scorpion King on the WhatsApp platform says, Rev up my brother and sister from another mother. Blessed Tuesday to you both. I'm in the house. Kiss, kiss to you, Kina. Scorpion King? That sounds like,
The movie Scorpion King. Yeah, there was a movie called Scorpion King. Yeah,
yes.
that's with
The Rock.
The Rock. Yeah.
Right. With The Rock. Good morning. Someone else says, let's see, on the WhatsApp platform, Columbus. He says, good morning, Rev-Up. Remember the Rover case? The PM went to the courts with Mr. Hilaire, and the courts threw out the matter. And soon after, without any referendum, Monsieur. Okay. Without, you want me to continue
Yeah,
reading?
go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So I'm gonna going back to that person. So the person says, because Mr. Okay, good morning, Rev-Up. Remember the Rover case? The PM went to the courts with Mr. Hilaire, and the courts threw out the matter. And soon after, without any referendum, Philip Pierre just joined the Caribbean Court of Justice. Then again, that same case was thrown out. Lots of injustices. But where are the facts? You know, is it speculative? Okay, someone else sent something, and that individual on the WhatsApp platform, si on parle mwen di not, di avre, because Facebook is one thing, WhatsApp is something else. Mario says, Kina, CIP is a money tree for some lawyers. The facts are that during the United Workers' Party's time in office, CIP was properly managed and accounted for. Even the last year of Kenny's term, the CIP report is there. During the SLP's tenure, the CIP reports were late, and a year or two still have not been submitted to Parliament. The other fact is much less passports were sold or issued during UWP's 5 years as opposed to SLP's 4.5 years. In fact, SLP cannot even tell us or refuse to tell us how many passports are currently issued. Here is the link to the CIP annual report on the site. I'll have a look at it later. Thank you, Mario. Moving on to the next. Okay. Teddy Z. He says,
Morning, Teddy Z.
don't forget the former Prime Minister went to the SD Academy.
Oh, Stevenson King.
Stevenson King. Yes,
That's right.
he did.
That's right.
Yes, he
Mhm,
did.
mhm.
Thank you so much, Teddy Z. Someone else chimed in and says, Stan, he said, 100%. I agree 100%, Andre. They should get off our case and leave us alone. We paid our dues already.
Welcome to the club.
Okay, someone else on the WhatsApp platform, JKLM Products,
Oh, that's
says, 1 second. Good morning, Andre and Kina. It's not getting a gym body. It comes because you're taking care of yourself, and exercising is one of the best ways to overcome the emotions, rebuild self-esteem, and back to your normal self. Andre Thomas was not a hurricane. It was a trough.
No, man, no. Thomas was a
It
hurricane.
was a hurricane.
Definitely.
Because I remember Hurricane Thomas.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. So, Bull, where you get that one from, boy?
Nikita is in the house, and she says, good morning, Rev-Up. Have a totally awesome day.
All right,
She's
Nikita.
in Texas. Good morning, Nikita.
All right, Nikita.
Sending you kisses. Who's okay? NB, whoever NB is. Good morning. This person says, "Good morning, Kina and Andre. Now put Chasney's comment about reviewing our participation in CARICOM in context. I guess now we all understand his view. What's the benefit to us? Andre, polls have never been favorable to Trump. Remember, he has won 2 elections even when every poll favored the Democrats."
Well, he says his numbers have never been higher. That's what he said recently. Yeah. My numbers are good, man. I've never been higher than any other president. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So he begs to differ.
He begs to differ. And I guess maybe that says a lot about Trump. Because polls say, and I somewhat agree with what that person says, because polls were saying so many things about election time, and he still came and he won. He still won that election, and they were not favorable of him at all then. So maybe, I don't know, they need to go back to the drawing board. Ivy Jr. is the last to chime in on our WhatsApp platform today, and she says, "Good morning to you both. Sends kisses and hearts." Thank you,
Good morning,
Ivy.
Iphigenia. Iphigenia.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
She's a gentle soul.
Oh, yeah, she is. Moving on to the Facebook platform now. Oh, we still have time. 1 second. Sharon Pete, Dakota McGuire, Cleveland Sealy is the first to chime in. She says, "Good morning, Kina and Andre," and send some hearts as well.
Thank you, Dakota, and also Sharon. You know, they've been with us since day one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she chimed in right after.
Yeah.
Good that you said so. She says, "Happy Tuesday to the cleanest radio station, Rev-Up St. Lucia." John,
I don't know in terms of the sound.
I think
She's
it's the sound.
cleanest.
The sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually.
Mhm.
The quality of the sound is really clean.
Yes.
And not only that, the programming plus the music that we play and all that. So,
Yes.
thank you.
Anthony was telling me about because he said he downloaded the app for Radio Garden, and he said, "Man, the quality of that thing is exceptional."
Yeah, it is. It is. So-
But that's radio of the future, because people still have the FM.
Yeah.
Yeah,
people
but this is
still
coming.
like
Yeah,
it.
FM after a while, FM is just going to be phased out.
Phased out.
There's no two ways
Yeah.
around it.
It will
It's
be, it's
gonna be
already phased out in some other countries.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because of the
so-
issue with the signal and the hills
Yeah.
and valleys, so those issues.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get used to listening to radio online, and those are the means. Mhm.
John McCurdy chimed in as well and says, "Bless good morning to all." And Sharon Peter returned and says, "Tony." Good morning, Kate.
I hope he can hear you, Sharon.
You know what they say about that, right? He's right there.
Yeah,
in the midst of
he's there
everything, right?
watching over
He's
us.
there watching over. That's what they say.
Mhm.
Pearl Food Baby Henry is in the house as well. She says, "Tuesday blessings to Rev Up St. Lucia family and all in the chat room. Enjoy
as well.
your day." Pius Snappy Yeman is also in the house.
Thank you,
Good morning,
Pius.
Pius. What's up? What's
Another
going
loyal,
down?
another loyal listener, supporter. Yeah, appreciate that, Pius. Thank you.
Yeah. He says, "Good morning." Barbara Xavier is also in the house. She sends, "Good morning." Oh, thank you, Babs. And she says, "Have a good day."
You as well.
Lonnie Weeks is in the house. He says, "Check out the movie, Andre, about the lottery winners Kina mentioned. It's called Jerry and Margie Go Large."
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. Let me take that down. Elsa Hippolyte says, "Good morning. Greetings to Andre and Kina and all in the chat room. Have a wonderful day." Julian Leonard is also in the house as well. He says, "Good morning, Rev family, Andre and Kina." Thank you,
Julian, that's my
Julian.
partner in Antigua. Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm taking down what she says. Christine Shalry says, "Blessed Tuesday to you both." Good morning, Christine. Madeline Alexander says, "Good morning, my lovely people.
Morning, Madeline.
Have a blessed day." Barbara Augustine is also in the house and says, "Good morning, Rev family. Good morning, DBS viewers. In everything, give praise to our Maker. The dead can't do this. Have a great day."
That's right.
That's right.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Josiane Alexander Larcher, your
Josie.
friend, your
Mhm.
neighbor. Josie's in the house. She says, "Good morning, Rev family. A blessed day to all."
Yeah, one of the best neighbors you could ever have.
Yeah, thank you so much for my avocados.
One of the best neighbors you could
As well.
ever have. She's a no-nonsense person, but she can be very, very, very sweet.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you, Josie.
Just like her avocados.
That was really nice too, the avocados, yeah. Ugh, I had them all on their own. Catherine McPhee is also in the house, and she says, "Good morning, Andre and Kina." She went on to, "Good morning, Catherine, to you." Good
Morning, Catherine. Let me say good morning to Catherine of Degazon, my very good friend. Catherine, good morning to you. Hope you're doing okay. All right? All right.
Yes. And Catherine McPhee went on to say, "You need to read the court's response, Andre. Read the context."
You see what I tell you? Exactly. So it's what? Yeah, that's
we'll have to check
exactly
it
right.
out. I'll have to check it out as well. So you're right, Catherine. We'll check it out. Thank you so much, and kisses to you. Mwah. Vanette says, "Philip J. Pierre delivered health care for St. Lucian." Yeah.
Maybe talking about the older folks getting healthcare. Maybe that's what the person is talking about.
Be more specific, please, under the live
Mhm.
link. She Chubb says, so vote for better healthcare this time. This is not even true. That's not even true. I think she's responding to Vinette, I assume. She Chubb also says, Andre, there's no better healthcare in St. Lucia right now. No Panadols at the hospital. That's what she
still
says.
going on? Well, I'm just
I
asking.
haven't heard anything
just
of
asking
it
the question.
late,
Yeah.
so is it still going on? Do you have proof of it, She Chubb? Anthony Mondesi says, I'm watching.
All right, Anthony.
When is Elvin JT Workers? I haven't seen his eyes in a little
In a
while.
while.
Wherever you are, Elvin, good morning.
Let's hope he's all right.
I hope you're doing okay. Also, Nancy Gracelyn hasn't chimed in as well. Jojo Yard
Oh, yes,
hasn't chimed in
Joella.
too. So just sending love their way. Barbara Augustine is also in the house now, and she says, don't say old people, let's say elderly people, LOL.
You know, the Bible actually talks about the youth and also talks about old people. Old.
Yeah.
Okay? So, I mean, I think we trying to, I don't know. I
I
guess
think some people, some of us, we pick on little, some things, but it's how that person feels at the time. So I guess you responded.
would I feel, let's just assume somebody would approach me and say, hey, you're an elderly gentleman? Or they say to me, you're an old man? Which one do you think?
Which one would you relate to best?
I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter. For me,
some people,
it doesn't matter.
it really affects them. Hey, I'm not old.
Exactly, and there's this visceral response to the thing.
Old?
Yeah,
Man, hey.
yeah, as though you're like old and you're like a has-been kind of thing.
Right.
But if you're elderly, then there's some hope.
Yes.
There's some hope for you.
Either way, we all have to get there at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bible tells you King David was old, and he lived to be. I think King David died something like 70, somewhere around there. About 70. King Solomon, I think, made it about the same age, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And it describes them as old. Yeah.
Yeah. Peacemaker is in the house. Says, good morning to you, Andre and Kina. How are you two doing this morning? How are you doing?
We're doing well, Peacemaker.
I'm doing pretty cool. Tuesday blessings to you too this morning. Thank God for waking us up. Love that. Shijab says alcohol. I guess with reference to Kamla and the tax, the tariffs rather. So that's that. Peacemaker returned and says, good morning to all watching and listening. And went on to say, Andre, I forgot the time changed. That time that America changed, the worst time of my life. Oh, yeah, they're back an hour. Yeah, and Canada as well. And DK is in the house. He says, good morning, Kina and Andre. I am late this morning. You're late, but you're here, and that's what matters, and we love you for it too. Mwah. Anthony Mondesi returned and says, nice program. And DK returned and says, this morning I can't chime in this morning. What's happening? 1 second. I can't chime in this morning. I only heard one conversation about DT's popularity. That's Donald Trump's popularity. Yeah, the recent poll. And DK went on to say, Andre, don't mind anyone. Ask questions. Speak truth. Open the mind.
Yeah. But I can only speak about what I know and what I understand. So if I don't quite understand something, I can't speak on it.
You can't speak on it, and you'll say, well, I
authority.
can't quite understand, and that's fair. Right. Arthur Charles is in the house. He says, good morning to Andre and Kina. Today is the birthday of the following persons. Nurse Alexandrine Gemot, Vincent Faval,
Vincent
Faval, and Barbara Jacobs Small.
Oh, today's a birthday. Wow,
Happy
Barbara,
birthday.
good morning to you. Happy birthday, Barbara. Yes,
Yeah.
wishing you all the best. Hope that you have a great day today on your special day.
Yeah, happy
All
birthday
right.
to all of you. Kisses. Mwah. And DK returned and says, everybody turned teacher, diplomats, lawyer, analyst, and all, even judge and jury. Ding, ding, ding. I agree. Ding, ding, ding. And DK went on to say, they can say what they want about Andre Paul. I love this guy to the TI. Huh? Will take his voice to the grave with him. Who's TI?
I'm not sure. T.I.
Okay, let me read this again. They can say what they want about Andre Paul. I love this guy to the TI. Will take his voice to the grave with me.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
So sorry about that. He will take your voice to the grave with him.
All right. That's a male, right?
Yeah.
All right, partner.
He loves the show. He loves you. Listening. Sales Rob is in the house. She's the last to chime in, and she says, "Good morning, Andre and Kina. Have a wonderful day to you both. Blessings always." So
Before we move on, let me just make sure I give Sil's number. Yes, because Sil is a hard worker. Sil is not depending on people to help her see her through. So she's trying to see what she can do for herself. So in that respect, I respect her, I admire her. I just want to give her number just in case you're interested in getting one of Sil's rubs. So here we go. Her number is 716-8018. 716-8018. Again, 716-8018. And Kin, I'm sure that rub lasts a long time, huh?
Oh yeah.
There's so much in the vial, right?
There's so much. It goes a long way.
Wow.
And what I also do for me as well, when I put it on my palm, I rub my palms together so there's a bit of heat, and wherever I feel the pain, I just go, oh my gosh, that's like, it's everything.
All right.
Yeah, it's everything.
So
it
folks, you hear that?
really, really, really works. That heat does something different to that rub too.
Okay.
I think everything just comes together nicely.
So get your is it a what kind of container is it, by the way?
It's about that size.
Yeah?
And she has different sizes, so you get to choose the size that you want.
All right, so give
she
her a
has
call.
Different sizes.
At 716-8018. 716-8018. So you have to admire people like Silton and so many others who are
No
out
matter
there
what she's going through,
hustling
she's hustling
and doing their
and
thing
doing,
to ensure that they can keep their head above water. All right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that's it, Kina?
Yeah.
All right.
All
So
the comments.
So Kina is coming up next, as I said earlier, with Rev-Up the Homegrown until 12:30. Then she continues until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Then 3 until 5, Zen the DJ. 5 until 6, we have Power Politic with Mary Polius. And then from 6 until 7 this evening, Dr. Suraj will be in the house with Doctor in the House. That's from 6 until 7 this evening. All right, that's what's happening on Rev-Up for the rest of today. So Kina, anything you want to mention before we move on?
On the Rev-Up Center today, Venezuela is seeking international support amid the rising tensions with the United States in Caribbean waters.
By the way, Donald Trump says his days are numbered, huh? Yeah, he says his days are numbered as president. So there's something going on.
What is he going to do?
Whatever it is, it's not going to be nice.
Oh my word!
Whatever it is, it's not going to be
war
nice.
in the Caribbean, please and thank you. No.
Yeah, whatever that's being planned there, it will not be nice. That's just keep that in mind. Yeah, but there is no way the man going to be putting all those vessels there, cruise this and cruise that and nuclear this and that and nothing's going to happen.
Submarines as well.
Yeah, and
right.
nothing's going to happen.
That's
Nothing.
scary, when you really look at it.
He already said the CIA is already in Venezuela involving covert operations there.
And they have been for a
So
very
they must
long
be
time.
destabilizing his government. I'm sure they're working on destabilizing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, okay.
And as well, the hidden power of our minds. Can our thoughts really shape reality? I'll touch on that as well.
I
And
believe that.
You believe that?
I believe that. I believe
I think
that.
so too. I have to strongly believe it.
I
too.
believe that. There's something about when you see we speak something or we think it, it is just so
The Bible
powerful.
says life and breath is in the power of the tongue.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also says, King Solomon says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
That too.
Yeah. So what we think,
Mm-hmm.
that's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff.
It is.
So listen, it costs nothing to think, right? It costs us nothing. We might as
But
well
it's what you think.
might as well think big.
Yeah.
Just think big. Finish it that.
You just never know. Just continue.
Yeah, just
and
think
put
big.
in the effort as well.
Yeah.
That's
Why think
something
small?
too.
You understand?
Yeah.
Why think small? Why think of getting just $10 when you can get 10,000? Well, I won't go that far. But you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
Kina,
one more thing, there's a country that you constantly bring up on the hard drive. They're sending aid to Jamaica. What country do you always discuss?
that's sending aid to Jamaica. It can't be Gaza for sure. There's no way it can be
Israel.
Gaza. Oh well, yeah. Well.
They're sending aid to Jamaica.
That's a new one.
Yeah. And they've already sent some troops there. So now they're in the process of sending aid. I was shocked when I saw. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to do damage control or something. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But that will not excuse
what they've done.
What they're doing there against those people. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. All right, so Kina, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I want to thank our listeners, our viewers, our chimers as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for always checking us out and listening. We really do appreciate that. All right. In the new year, we're going to be looking at making some changes again, because that's what we are all about at Rev-Up. We're not staying stagnant. We just moving. So some changes will be coming as of next year, as we seek to make our service a lot more attractive to our listeners and our viewers. So thank you very much for listening and for viewing. This has been Hard Drive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's,
we care.
You're listening to Rev-Up Slu, the Alpha Radio, 95.9 FM.